I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. These races be smacking. Before we hop in this ranking of the 7 deadly sins races, please do me a favor and rank the races down below in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts on it too. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that little notification bell so you can get notified when these videos come up. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? Doug Pencil here, and here we are to rank the races from 7 deadly sins. Except I'm gonna put a little twist on it, a little spin, a little juicy twist, pop, whatever. I'm gonna twist it up a little bit. Basically, we know the original 5 great races, but I realized something when I was initially going to rank the group. There are a lot of variances in them. Like, there are species in the Demon Clan alone that have, like, so many different variants. So, like, you have the non-human variants, then you have the human variants, then you have all these different types of pseudo-mix between the two. Like, there are different types of races. And obviously, I'm going to be ranking the races themselves, not the characters within the races. That's going to be a little bit different. I'm just talking about the species as a species, like which would be the most interesting to be, which I think is like the best to actually be overall, that kind of stuff. Not anything character related, because I think y'all know who would be on top if we were going character related. But let's get into it. Basically, for an example, I'll start with the Giant Clan. So I wouldn't want to be regular. See, that's the question. In the real world, no, I'm going to be like in the race of 7 deadly sins, in the world of 7 deadly sins, which species I would want to be. And being a giant in the world of 7 deadly sins is fine because I can get shrinking pills. So I'm going to say, and honestly, let me be real, none of the races are like actually horrible. Actually, you know what? There is going to be some races that are horrible. Now, I just thought about it. So basically, on your average giant, pretty good. In fact, I won't even use the lore. She's basically a sub-average giant, at least as far as I know. So I'm gonna use Diane as representative for your average giant. I don't know why her head's cut off, but her head's cut off. They're pretty decent. They're just regular giants. Like, they're extremely powerful beings. They can control the earth. Good stuff. But honestly, considering how little we get to see of them and how all their abilities seem to be pretty much the same, I would definitely just put like giant king level characters, basically Droll and Diane. Honestly, that's about all we know. And maybe Dabuzu, depending on what Dabuzu ends up doing in the movie. They're nice. They're nice. Just because of what, I can't even keep that up. But because of, they're just advanced giants. They have basically higher abilities, higher scale to their abilities. They're really, really good at what they do. My main issue with them is that, like, they don't necessarily have a lot of good perks. Like, other species within the world have very, very good, like, side things that they can do. Like, once you're a giant, you can control the earth and, like, turn your body into metal. But other than that, you don't really get much. Meanwhile, other species can heal themselves. They get certain amps at certain times. They have different abilities to manipulate. Some people basically just have giant powers, but they're not limited to just being giants. And also, I don't know. They just don't do enough for me, if I'm being real. But speaking of another species that doesn't do it enough for me, if we're being real. They're lucky. I don't think they have a single one here. Man, I should check that. Please, I'm looking for it. I'm scanning. I guess I can use, I'll use Matrona as the regular giant representative, because Diane is pretty much a giant candidate anyway. Y'all know what I mean, like giant queen, giant king candidate. Let me see. Yeah, species that I'm just not rocking with. I'm not gonna lie. I know every human to some degree has magic, but like being a basic human in the world of 7 deadly sins is basically just a death sentence. You're basically just getting flauterized. So Naja, you gotta get up out of here. I know she's like a sickened human, so she's technically even worse than ill. But like, I'm just not rocking with it. So like a regular human / a lowered human, it's not worth it because you're basically just fodder. Like, there's nothing you can really do, and that's no fun. And I think I'll use this ugly man as another ill. I do not want to be any sort of, like, it's gonna sound bad, I don't want to be like an inhuman. I don't want to be not human in form. So technically I know Droll isn't human in form, but that's why, do I just cheat and use Diane? Basically, when you look at Droll here, think of a regular giant just with giant king level abilities. That's what I'm talking about. And I just wouldn't want to be like a misshapen group of faces. I don't care how powerful I am as a demon. Not that type of demon. I'm not rocking with that. Same thing with this guy. Like, I don't want to look like that. It's nasty. Ugh, disgusting. Then, if we're being real, I wouldn't want to be Well, actually, no, that's a regular bird. That's not a purgatory beast. Hawk, where are you? I also wouldn't want to be a purgatory beast shaped like this. I wouldn't even want to be Kath. Where's Kath? I know I saw him. I wouldn't want to be Kath either. Like, purgatory beast, you got to get up out of here. Whoa, what did I just say? Purgatory beast, you got to get up out of here just because I don't want to be a beast. Like, I'm not rocking with that. What can I say? It's just not something I'm interested in. I would rather be a regular humanoid rather than having any, like, beast-like functions. Even if I get, like, full-on original Kath, I absorbed a part of Chaos's powers. It's not worth it. I mean, I guess I could shapeshift myself into a human form, but I already got somebody for that. I already have a certain human being that happens to have those kind of perks, so I don't even need to be a purgatory beast. So I'm not rocking with that. Same thing with even just like lesser regular demons. Like, I do not want to be a red demon. I do not want to be a gray demon. I do not want to be any of these kinds of uglies. Come on now. It's just no, I'm not rocking with it. I'm not rocking with it. However, do they have her? Do they have her? Let me get into another quality species. That's probably, if I can find it. If I can find, do they not really? Y'all have some weird characters here, and y'all are missing some weird characters. Let me see. I still can't find. Man, how y'all have a copper demon here, but don't have like Nerobasta or anybody? That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why this list has such weird characters in it. Now that I'm looking at it more deeply. I mean, like, no, I don't want to talk about the Demon Clan just yet. Because honestly, I'm going to go in depth. Actually, you know what? Let's go into a weird outlier. I don't know why. Yeah, this is a really weird list. I don't know why. Do I prefer? I like to be able to feel things. That's the only thing that holds Goldthird back for me. Like, he has no physical feeling at all. So sure, you have infinite stamina. You don't have to worry about that. All you need to do is be repaired. So the doll race is pretty great in terms of like a sheer utility kind of species to have. But the only thing that holds it back is the thing of not being able to feel anything at all. Like, man, I want to be able to taste my food. I want to be able to drink. I want to be able to eat. I want to be able to do stuff like that. Though Goldthird is technically like immortal. As long as he can get fixed up, he's good to go. But speaking of immortals, let me see. Where are you? Do they not have Bond on this list? I just must be. I was about to say, I was tripping. Why are all their heads cut off? But I know. I'm talking about Immortal Bond, by the way, not end of series Bond, where he's just a regular human that's super strong. I would prefer to have Immortality. The only issue is, like, I'm outliving everybody. But as long as I have, like, but even then, I'd outlive my fairy friend. Like, I probably would give up Immortality after a bit, but it'd be nice to have the perks of it. Like, infinite regeneration. I just gotta hope I don't run into a demon. If I run into a demon with the Hellblaze, then I'm in trouble. But as long as I stay away from them, that's a really nice race to be. But speaking of humans, now you may be like, why are you putting Escanor down in pretty good? And the reason I'm doing that is because Escanor is like, until Fortnite of the Apocalypse gives me a different answer, until Fortnite of the Apocalypse says something different, I still think being a human with a grace, while you're extremely powerful, it isn't worth the shortening of the lifespan. Because it's not made for me. That's the thing. I'll live a short but eventful life, especially if I have something like Sunshine or even any of the graces. It'd be the same thing of being a human powered by a commandment, at least in my mind. Any human with an amp that isn't native to them or like based on them, such as, you know, this boy right here, I think it does me more of a disservice than it does me a plus, especially if the grace is like hard to control because I'm not supposed to have it. I'm wondering if Sunshine was like a byproduct, or no, like the personality problems with Sunshine was a byproduct of Escanor's own specific reaction to it, since we know Escanor has very specific reactions to the original Grace of Sun, and he basically mutated it into Sunshine for him. But I'm going to assume Escanor is like the only case study we have right now. We haven't met Gawain yet, so I'm going to assume the limitations of a Grace apply to everybody, and while being super big, strong, buff man will be very, very good in the daytime, I don't know. I'm just not rocking with it. It's a really good race, but it's just not my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want the shortened lifespan. That's the thing that jacks me up. I don't want to be a big pig. That's nasty. I don't want to be a big pig. You know what? I've been holding off for too long. We're getting into it. At least in my mind, right? If I'm a humanoid Demon King candidate, I've won. What are you supposed to do? I had all the perks of being a demon. aka Regeneration, Darkness, twice the power at night. I can fly. I can do whatever I want, basically. I'm one of the strongest races in the entire verse, except for one dude Like, this is literally everything I could ever need. Because I'm basically just a human. Until I activate Demon Mark. And, like, unless you can sense unless you can sense the demonic energy, like, coursing through my veins. Which you probably can. But then again, all these magic sensory types, I mean, I guess the Demon Clan hadn't been around for a while, but all these magic sensory types, King, Diane, Bot, all these people who can sense magic super well, couldn't tell this dude was a demon. So I think I'm good. I'm chilling, especially in like a more modern world where demons are sort of just like, oh yeah, they're normal. Yes, I'm being a Demon King candidate as a race. Like, I'm extremely powerful. I get all the perks of being a demon. I'm just free. I'm free. And I can blend in. You wouldn't even know unless you can sense me. And even then, I'm probably suppressing myself most of the time. So you probably wouldn't even be able to sense me. So I'm chilling. Come on now. Obviously, I don't want to be a bird. Albion as a species is like, they're ugly. That's just the only reason. They're big, round, and ugly. That's the only reason I wouldn't want to be one. Because like the thing with all of these other species is that I can basically just be me. I just happen to have the perks of these species. And I made it be really, really big. But at least I'm a big humanoid when I'm a giant. I wouldn't be a big humanoid if I had to be any of these other species. This is like, I'm going to put Jericho in nice. Just because she's a human with magical abilities who also happens to have her head cut off. But the thing is, yeah, she's not the strongest of humanity. Her entire subsect isn't. But even being a human with just basic magical powers is just, it's nice. I get to be me, but with magic. I don't really see a problem here. There's a nice, chill extension. Being a supreme ranked demon, once again, it's just nice to have because I'm basically human. And while we never see these guys like turn their demon marks off, I'm assuming they can. So like if I can just chill, even then I can just write the demon mark off as, oh, it's a tattoo. So being a high ranked demon, I'm literally just living my best life. Like what are you gonna do to stop me? I'm too strong unless I'm running into you. And I guess we gotta address the big old elephant in the room. Obviously, I want to be a Chaos Vessel. Like, as long as, once again, Fortnite the Apocalypse pending, as long as I'm a vessel for Chaos that isn't, like, being manipulated by Kath or just doesn't turn evil, as long as the power doesn't corrupt me, I just get to be a human that can do whatever I want. And literally whatever I want, because I bend reality to my whim. Like, what's the point of not being that? I know. There's not a single argument against that in my mind. Like, it's free. It's free. I'm a free powerhouse. Like there's nothing wrong with this. Especially see, I need to know if Arthur can regenerate, because he didn't regenerate his arm, but that may have just been because like the chaos power in it was taken away. So if like I think demons can't really regenerate their arms. I just thought about that. Nah, I think they're just healing. So if you like vaporize a demon, can they? No, they can't. I just thought about that. They can't, because Darieri couldn't regenerate her arm. She has to wear the black mitt. So, I mean, it's still nice. Especially like the twice power amp at night. That's always good to have. But, and this kind of lines up with what your boy was thinking of earlier. You're forgetting all the broken races out the way. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. It basically, if I can't regenerate as a chaos candidate, but what situations would it become that I'm getting my arm cut off? I think I can rock with reality warping more than I can rock with, but basically the Goddess Clan is the Demon Clan, but better. But not. Like, it seems like, at least from what I can tell, demons have a more a more free way to control the darkness they manipulate rather than the Goddess Clan. The Goddess Clan seems to just be able to fire off light particles as beams and like occasionally arc spears, and like Mael is the most complicated I think we've ever seen. Actually, no, but those are still just light orbs when Ludishell defended against the original demon. So like, depending on how much I can manipulate arc, I'm basically just a demon but better. Like, Zariel had no problem just and popping his eye back into place after Darier literally stabbed it out. So they seem to have a better form of regeneration, and obviously you have basically all the perks of the Demon Clan with like the regeneration, the special property only you can manipulate. The only issue I have with being a pure goddess member is that I'm not sure if I can turn off the wings. If I can't, that's gonna be kind of annoying. I feel like maybe you can. I'm not sure. Because like the wings are weird. Because at times they're like the way Mael describes it when he is, where is he? I'm just going to use Estarossa. The way Mael describes it, when he was turning into Estarossa, before he even got the commandment, his wings left him. And he called his wings his grace. It was basically like, if you've ever played Kid Icarus on the 3DS, like, you know how Pit has his wings? They're like a gift from Palutena. They're basically a grace from the goddess. If that's only be able to be toggled on and off by, where is she? This one right here. I'm not sure I'm exactly rocking with that. But if I can toggle them on and on myself, off and on myself, like I can do with like Demon Wings, I'm rocking with it. Because once again, I can just blend into society, except I'm basically indestructible. So I'm really rocking with like a high rank goddess. Only thing I'm not rocking with is someone like this. It may be like, what? You just have 3 heads. And I know, I'm not rocking with that. And look at this middle dude's mouth. He's nasty. Come on now. Y'all really want to be Tarmio? Be honest with me. Outside of like the grace you get. Y'all really, outside of Ocean itself, y'all really want to be Tarmio? Look me in the eyes. I know I don't have any eyes right now, but look me in the eyes. Come on now. Y'all don't want to be Tarmio. I mean, if you do, if you're rocking with 3 heads, because you would just have a conversation with yourself. You could play a mean game of Uno. But outside of that, I'm not really rocking with it. Let's see. Ew, I don't want to be a nasty demon like you. Lesser humanoid demons is just basically what I'm going to call Bellion and his Hilk. They're still great. You get all the perks of the Demon Clan, just with less power, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, you get more perks than being an immortal human and being like a doll. Because you can still do everything. You're just humanoid and not as powerful. Then, if we're looking around... Oh yeah, obviously... Do I have to be gigantic, though, to be the Supreme Deity? If I have to be gigantic, that's a problem. I don't want to be gigantic. Can I take shrinking pills? Would those work? I'll put her at the bottom of great just because I'm not sure how the Supreme Deity functions. If I have to be massive and have all those wings on me at all times, I'm not really rocking with that, but all the other perks are nice. Let me see. A human, a goddess, basically a goddess flesh puppet. This sounds so bad. A goddess flesh puppet. I mean, like, I'm basically just a goddess. I'm just in human form, so I don't have to worry about the wings. Yeah, I'm rocking with it. Holy Knight tier characters. Do I have like a Holy Knight rep? Once again, basically, I'm a stronger human with magic. I'm not peak. I'm not like top of the line, but I'm still pretty darn good. So yeah, I'm definitely rocking with that. I'll definitely take that. A sorcerer, like pure on, like I make my own magic. I don't have to rely on my own internal magic. Yeah, it's nice. I basically, the only issue is the reason I'm gonna put it beneath. Yeah, I'm going to put it above Dreyfus, or like the Holy Knight tier class of humans, only because I don't necessarily have free regeneration. I still need to rely on other people for healing. And Merlin, I don't think she's ever displayed like self-healing spells. So while being timeless and basically being eternal is nice, I don't know. The lack of utility is what gets me. But speaking of a race that I know y'all really aren't expecting to go at the top, I'm trying to be a fairy king. Come on now. Like, am I trying to be a fairy king? Like, it depends on which fairy king I am. But honestly, I think the 2 fairy kings we've seen so far have displayed some sort of healing ability, even including self-healing. Like, if I'm Gloxinia, I just have drop of life. Sure, I'll run out of it occasionally, but I'll just build them up again. So, and unless I'm fighting like Meliodas, I shouldn't be getting jumped that badly, as strong as I am as a fairy king, especially if I'm like king level. Like, bro, what are you actually gonna do to stop me? So, I know I don't have natural self-healing, I'd have to rely on something else, but in terms of being a fairy king in general, oh, I'm taking it. It's easy, it's free. And is that all? I actually use king as like the regular fairy candidate, and they're pretty good. Like regular fodder fairies, actually no, I'll use Helbram as like advanced fairy. He's nice. It's basically a human with freeform flight, except I have to have wings, so I'm gonna put him below Dreyfus. I'm going to put him below the Holy Knight class of human. But yeah, if I'm just a regular fairy, which is what I'm going to use king as. I mean, I can fly, but I'm super tiny. I'm pretty weak. I'm pretty fodder. And I'm not rocking with that. If I had to be a Twigonite, though, if I had to be a descendant of Twigo, obviously, he's just the peak. He's just the peak. And I think I've hit all the races, because nothing comes after Twigo, right? A half-goddess, half-human hybrid. We've yet to see what Tristan has done. Or can do. But I'm assuming he's going to soon master like a version of chaos magic. And honestly, if he has the same perks as his dad and his mom, I I'm just a fusion between a goddess and a demon. I know my powers will like hate each other. Like literally one power of mine is going to be super effective against another power of mine, but I don't even care. It's free. It's free real estate. And I think that's it. Demon Prince? Nah, it's basically just same thing as Demon King candidate. Let me look. Yeah, I've basically hit every single thing I wanted to cover. Because the races in Seven Deadly Sins are very, very cool. But there are just some that just stand head and shoulders above the other. Like, obviously being a Lord Tweeganite, it's just, you're invincible, indestructible, you solo fiction. But, in other terms, like, a reality warper, a basic goddess demon hybrid with all the perks of both, or at least assumingly all the perks of both, basically being immortal, having complete and actual control over nature, being a Demon King candidate, being a supreme, like all of these top ones are just top ones. The only reasons I have problems with any of these is because they're either A, not as powerful, B, come with like certain things that I don't like, such as the inability to feel anything, C, come up with like the psychological problem of loneliness and outliving everyone I love, the size, the weakness, the lack of certain abilities that all the top tiers have, lack of certain abilities and power that the top tiers have, lack of certain powers and abilities that the top tiers have. That's it. And every other race kind of just falls beneath. I'm not even gonna lie. Also, I'm not trying to be a regular animal. But other than that, yeah, that's it. Oh, I guess I could rank Oslo. Also, just don't want to be an animal. Yeah, but that's really all I've got, if I'm being completely honest. That's my weird sort of ranking of the Sins. Races, specifically. Not the Sins themselves. We're going to get into that in another video if I ever revamp that. But that's how I'm rocking with. That's what I'm leaning with, rocking with. But if I had to be like specific, if I had to rank the specific species in general as which one I want to be, Giants would be at the bottom. Yeah, Giants would have to be at the bottom. Humans in general, like this is with me going that I'm an average of every single species. Ooh, will I be humanoid? I don't know if I'll be humanoid if I'm your average demon, because there are way more. So if I'm really going by averages, if I'm being serious and going by averages, I would have to put. Ooh, that's nasty. Now that I think about it, we actually have to put demons at the bottom because I'm very likely to be born a red demon or blue demon or a gray demon. I'm very unlikely to end up as any of these higher level candidates. So I have to put demon at the bottom, then probably giant, then probably human. Then I put fairy, because even then, like fairies, I like the flight, I like all the little ability. But the size, once again, the averages. Yeah, actually, it'd probably go. But probably at the bottom would be demon. Then it would go giant. Then it would go fairy. Then it would go human. Then it would go goddess. Because I don't know, the outliers in the goddess clan are the freaks. I'm not gonna lie. The outliers in the goddess clan are the Tarmiels. Everyone else looks normal, and I can take a couple wings for the rest of the abilities. But yeah, that's my ranking. But please tell me yours in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that little notification bell. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.